Good afternoon, Blackheath and Bromley. Welcome to President's News on Wednesday the 5th of February. You'll have spotted I'm not in the clubhouse this evening. I am in fact up in Edinburgh. I've got a nice little view of Arthur's Seat for you there in the background. But I hope to be back in the clubhouse with you next week. Anyway, this is another bumper week of results and news from both our under 13s through to our masters, so it's another big news week. I'm going to jump straight back in as there's quite a lot of results to share with you. First up was the South East Schools Intercounties through at Newbury in Berkshire on Saturday. This was of course an opportunity to gain a county vest, a county schools vest, but also to try and gain more elusive selection spots for the English schools cross-country champs that are in March. So first race off was the junior girls, and we had 8 of our girls running for Kent. First home in 11th spot was Evie de Bruin, and more excitingly, more importantly, she was first home for Kent, so that gives her automatic selection to English schools. So huge well done to Evie. We also had a great run home from Alba Home in Xiao in 24th, then Aoife Stanley in 54th, and we had some strong running from our younger junior girls, Isabella Jenkins, Ella Ray, Ariana Timmerman, Chloe Morez and Eva John. So moving to the boys, we had just 3 boys running in the junior boys race. The Kent team took first overall, which was fantastic, and first home for us was James Bunn in 19th, followed by Alex Smith in 28th, and then Ricardo Cervera making his Kent Schools debut in 47th. We had a super run from Luciana Smith in the intermediate girls race, coming home in 16th spot, and importantly first Kent runner, so that's automatic selection for English schools, so well done to Luciana. We had a strong finishing from Jasmine Mahoney, Charlotte Stevens and Ariana Jenner Hurd also in that race. We had another strong performance from Oliver Ward in the intermediate boys race. He finished 10th. He was a second runner home for Kent, and so for Oliver that's his first English schools vest, so well done to Oliver. Now just a little further back in 16th we had Cian Farrell, then James Shaw 39th, Nathan Clark in 43rd and a 45th for Ben O'Grady. It was team bronze for Kent, so a very strong run from the boys there. Finally, to our senior boys and girls, it was a Kent Schools debut for Isla Pearson in the senior girls race, and then we had another ding-dong battle between Harry Fage and Mark Constable in the senior boys. This week it was Harry who had the upper hand and finished in 24th, with Mark just a little behind in 26th, but really good running from both of them. So our next event over the weekend was the Bucks Cross Country Champs up in Cardiff, where we had 3 of our ladies running in the long 8.2 kilometre course. We had Niamh Bridson Hubbard, who ran a fabulous 4th, with Hannah Clark and Caris Firth both taking on the longer distance for the first time and coming home in 26th and 66th. Now I should mention that Niamh managed to turn her ankle during the first couple of kilometres, but her team, her Cambridge team, had targeted that race for Team Gold. So she pushed on and the team took the gold in the end, so it was a fantastic result for Niamh and her Cambridge teammates. But now with a very purple and swollen ankle, she's suffering for that effort now, but a very well done to Niamh. Now then, in the women's short 5.6 kilometre Bucks race, we had a great 16th for Elva Barnes, with Liberty White and Cameron Kelly-Gordon, both just outside the top 100, and it was a good run back for Lily Beaton, who has had quite a long racing break, so good to see her back. And finally, in the men's long race, the 8.2 race, we had a Miles Brown finished in 39th in a very fast 25:36. So great run by our students, and I hope they really enjoyed that event. So our final cross-country event of the weekend was the club's Open 10K, which incorporated another round of the Bennett Cup and was the Masters 10K champs. So it was a 3-in-1, you might say. In the overall results, it was a win for Micah Evans in 40:16. Second place went to Luca Arcolani in 40:38, and a third place finish for Douglas Varney in 40:45. So very close from our top 3 runners there, and I just wonder if Doug was maybe regretting having run parkrun earlier that morning ahead of the 10K, but he was clearly very well warmed up and did really well in the 10K after. So in the ladies event, it was a win for Trang Nguyen, second for Katie Sugden, and third for Angelina Stevens. Now Angelina is a fairly new member to the club. Her daughter is Jasmine, one of her under 13s, and we're hoping now that Angelina will join our mums ranks and we'll maybe see her next season in the Kent League. So we had a couple of youngsters taking on the tough 10-kilometre course, which turned into a battle of the Zacks. First junior home was Zach Evans in 45.51, and then not too far back in 46.36 was Zach Kelman. Really good to see our youngsters taking on these really established club events, so well done to the Zacks. Now then, looking at the Masters results within that race, in the Vet 40s category, first was Micah Evans, second Darren Cornet, and third went to Greg Firth. In the Vet 50s, first was Luca Ercolani, second Douglas Varney, and third Steve Howe. Now it's a very competitive category, the Vet 50s, with all three of our Vet 50s finishing in the top 4 overall, so huge well done. In the Vet 60s, we had a first for Roger Bezic and second went to Steve Pearman. And then in the Vet 70s, it was a win for Jim Phelan and silver for John Turner. So well done to our male vets. For the ladies, the win in the female 40 category went to Trang Nguyen with Angelina Stevens in second, and winning the W50 category was Katie Sugden. Now then, for the all-important Bennett Cup results, the top 3, in third place was Douglas Varney, in second place was Jim Phelan, and first place went to Matt Stevens. And that gives our overall standings. In first place on 132 points is Luca Ercolani. In second on 126 points, Greg Bull. Third on 115 is Micah Evans. David Adams is fourth on 110. Greg Firth is fifth with 104 points. Not easy to say. Sixth equal, Douglas Varney and Jason Mears, both with 91 points. And then in eighth, Steve Pearman, 81. Leon De Bruin, 9th in 75. Imogen McLennan is 10th on 74, and then Katie Sugden 11th on 73. So really close between all our top 10. And that will of course change as they all hit the required number of events. And you can pick your top 6, I think it is. Okay, so actually next week's Kent Cross Country League on Saturday is the next round of the Bennett Cup. So all to play for in that. I must say a thank you to all the volunteers who help Marshall, Timekeep, and to Dave Beadle who does all the Bennett cupping stuff. So thank you to those people who are involved. Our final outside result goes to Will Brindley, who ran in the very frosty Bedgebury Forest 10-mile race. Will finished 31st out of 261 runners and was second M50. So a very well done to Will. So now we're going to move indoors, and I'm going to start off overseas over in Sweden at the Vacho Indoors Throws Festival in Sweden, where we had Dylan Claydon was captaining the England men's team. Now the team is made up of under-20s and under-23s who are in contention for spots in the European under-20 and under-23s championships in the summer. So great to be selected for this event, and obviously big things ahead in the summertime. So in this event, it was an indoors event. We had indoor discus and indoor javelin plus regular shot, and Dylan was competing in the 2 kilogram discus event, where he finished second in a season's best of 49.98. He was just 3 meters off the win, but well clear of third place by over 11 meters. So a very good, a strong result there. I just want to add that the results were in Swedish. So it was fortunate that discus is very similar to English in Swedish, just with a K instead of a C. But shot put is kula, for those that are interested, and javelin is a spjut, possibly. So I was only actually able to work out what the event was by the weight of the implement. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, I should say well done to Dylan for that. So moving on, the final set of results was the South of England under-20s and seniors indoors championships at Lee Valley, where the results were in full this time around and in English, thankfully. So we had 19 competitors from the club taking part. So looking at the events on Saturday, we had the short sprints, the sprint hurdles and long jump events going on. So I'm going to start with the long jump, as we had some super results coming from our jumpers. It was a win for Abraham Sharif in the under 20 men's in a PB of 7:19. He was almost 20 centimetres clear of second place. It was a win for Daisy Snell in the under 20 women's long jump with a jump of 5 metres 90, and again she was over 20 centimetres clear of second place, so well done to Daisy. And it was a silver for Ben Sutton in the senior men's event with a season's best of 7 metres 12. Now then, moving to the 60 metre hurdles, we had 3 competitors. In the senior ladies, Annie Davies was out. She won her heat in a season's best of 8.5 and then took a very close fourth in the final with an 8.588, just 3 thousandths of a second off the bronze medal, so slightly unlucky for Annie there. In the under 20 men's hurdles, we had a PB of 8.76 for Tony Nduku, just missing out on a place in the final. And then it was also a PB in the heats for Ryan Mutada of 8.05, who went on to take a silver medal in the final with another PB of 8.04. So well done to our hurdlers. Moving to the 60 metre flat, senior women, Darcy Kuipers incredibly ran 7.52 to win her heat. She ran 7.52 in the semi-final, qualifying third fastest for the final. And then she went on to take the silver medal in the final with a time of, can you guess? Yes, 7.52. 3 times 7.52. Quite remarkable. Anyway, well done, Darcy. We had Tony Nduku out again, this time over the flat in the under 20 men's 60 metres, and he ran a season's best of 7.31 in the heat. In the senior men's, we had 2 runners. We had Kyle Reynolds-Warmington, who ran a 7.05 in his heat, and then Michael Demoa ran a PB of 6.85 in his heat to qualify for the semi-final, where he ran another PB of 6.82, then went on to take 6th in the final with a 6.88. So well done to the sprinters. I'm going to switch now to the events that we had on the Sunday. We had high jump, triple jump, 200s and 400s. In the high jump, it was a win for Jade Oni in the senior women's high jump, who she jumped a PB of 1.70 metre. In the triple jump, Jade was out again in the triple jump competition, where she finished 4th in a season's best of 12.11 metres. And then in the under 20 women's triple jump competition, it was a win for Chichi Ukupe in 12.19 metres. So great jumping from our jumpers. In the 200 metres, we had in the under 20 women's, Gracelyn Kendrick ran a season's best in her heat of 26.01, then ran a 26.07 in the semi-final, just narrowly missing a spot in the final, which was unlucky. In the under 20 men, it was a busy day for Oliver Driscoll and Marley Byfield, who both ran heats, semis and finals in the men's 200. For Oliver, he ran a 22.94 in his heat, then a 22.51 in his semi, and then a 22.36 in the final to take 4th overall. So agonisingly close for bronze, but a super day running each round quicker, so well done to Oliver. It was an equally strong day for Marley. He ran a season's best of 23 dead in his heat, improved that with a season's best of 22.67 in the semi, giving him automatic qualification to the final, where he finished 5th, just behind Oliver, in a 23.08. And then moving up to the 400s, in the under 20 women's, it was a season's best for Julia Newman with a 1:02.20. Under 20 men's, Tony Nduku out again. This is his 3rd event of the weekend. It was an indoors PB for Tony with a 53.02. And then in the senior women, it was 58.96 for Chanel Cole, again just missing the final. And in the senior men's, we had 2 runners. Season's best for Maurizio Caruso of 51.59. And then a really good day for Dan Putnam. He won his heat in a 48.10, then went on to take a convincing win in the final with 47.45. Okay, that concludes our results for the weekend. So moving to parkrun, we had good numbers this week. We had 57 runners in 28 different locations. And our furthest from the Clubhouse Award was an exotic one this week, again, and another close call. Coming in 2nd place was Tony Pontifex, who ran at the Harkerville Parkrun at Plettenberg Bay on the south coast of South Africa, which is 6,066 miles from the clubhouse. But in 1st place and furthest from the clubhouse This week goes to the Kingsmells, to Zoe and Andrew, who ran at the Bay East Garden Park Run in Singapore, which required a 7:30 a.m. start, so it would also qualify as possibly the hottest and sunniest park run. And they were 6,741 miles away from the clubhouse. So well done to the Kingsmells. Now then, Bromley Club Champs. We had 15 club members running at Bromley. First home for the club and in a new PB of 17:16 was Harry Burrage with an 86% age grading. Second home was Douglas Varney in 17:23 with an age grading of 84.8%. And third home for the club was Philip Bunn in 17:51 with an age grading of 79%. In the ladies, first home was Rowan Pearson, one of our juniors, in 2042 with a 74% age grading. Second home was Sarah Balone in 2150. And then third home, another one of our juniors, was Eva Dembo in 2250. Just behind in fourth was Liz Bunn. Liz is one of our mums, you might say. She has Alice and James running for us, and we're hoping Liz will join us next year along with Angelina to be one of our mums at the Kent League. But Liz ran a new PB, sub 23 for the first time in a while, so well done to Liz. 22:58 there, so lovely running. Our podiums this week, we have not so many. At Bromley, it was first junior as well as fourth overall for Harry Burrage, and third lady overall was Rowan Pearson. At the Lydiards Park Run in Swindon, Leela Badisha was the first junior female in 24:02. At Bournemouth, Isabella Luth was first lady in 22:29. At Lloyd Park, Billy Faroa was third male overall and first junior in 20:28. And at Bushy Park Run in Dublin, not the Bushy Park Run, Peter Brooks ran 18:55 to take first male overall. Then we had at Bethlehem Royal Hospital, Dave Beadle. He wasn't on the podium, but he was sixth, which I think is really good, and he does a lot of organising, so well done to Dave. And at Wakehurst Park Run, third lady for the president. Thank you very much. Okay, what's coming up this week? So this weekend rather. Closer to home, Norman Park, we've got on Saturday the final round of the Kent Cross Country League for our seniors and under 20s. It's 8 kilometres for both men and women. The ladies kick off at 12 o'clock and the men start at 1, so that's a good one to pop down to if you can. On Saturday and Sunday up at Sheffield, it's the National Indoor Champs for the under 15s, under 17s and under 20s, and we've got 17 of our young athletes competing up in Sheffield, so we wish them all the very best. The following weekend is the National UK Indoor Champs at Birmingham, and the weekend after that is our National Cross Country Champs at Parliament Hill. So we continue with a very busy February. Anyway, I wish you all a very good week, and I'll look forward to seeing you back in the clubhouse next Wednesday. Thank you very much. Goodbye.